Hey there everyone, Paler here, and welcome back to the Dark Souls New Player Walkthrough Guide Thingamajig, Episode 4. We are going after the Tower, the Bell Gargoyles. I forget what they're actually called in this. Where are they? There. Can't quite see it. Up, there. Turn harder, camera. Anyway, but I did remember last time we came down here, the bonfire, we did just pick up the second Firekeeper's soul. So we might as well come on down here and reinforce our Estus flask before we get going. This will come in handy for that boss fight. Alright, so now we're +2. How are we doing in terms of consumable souls, I wonder? Not too terribly many right now, so let's hold off on that for a moment. I was going to give us a little bit of a stamina HP boost before we move into the next boss fight, next boss fight, not the first. It would be the third, I guess, technically. Let's go ahead and head back up top here. Do we want to go get the key right now? I think we can wait. No need to rush on that. Come on, lift. There we go. So, I'm going to show you first how to cheese this next little area, and then we're going to go ahead and, without actually cheesing it, we'll do it the correct way, or the more difficult way if you would like. Come on through here. So, our holdup is that caster right there. What we want to do is we want to get rid of him, and you can kind of already see, if I go ahead and let's get over to this, you can see like there's a spear sticking out, there's another hollow behind him. I mentioned in the last video, he's got about 10, maybe 12 hollows up there with him, and it's in a tight corridor. In fact, we can show the corridor first. We got to kill one Balder Knight before we do that. Right there. These guys are going to be with the rapier. See what he's doing right there with that little, just kind of pointing it out. What he's trying to do is he's trying to bait me in so he can parry me. And they will parry you if you attack while that's going on. So you can see the Seeker, I think that's what they're called. They're called Seekers, is firing off some attacks. Well, right here in this hallway, basically, if we try to approach him, he's going to cast a buff on all of those Hollow Knights. Not Hollow Knights, but Hollows. And then they're going to try and fight us in this tight little corridor here. It can be a bit much. It's doable. In fact, we're going to do it, but if you want to get a little cheeky with it, you can come back down here, stand roughly around here. What we want to do is we're going to use this pillar as a bit of a cheese, get our bow out, and we're going to hit him in the head. Our arrows do have drop, and the arrows also do fall a little to the right. Nope. Gotta get just right. There we go. Too high. There we go. And we could whittle him down from here. He will occasionally cast back. Now, as long as you're getting headshots, you'll keep staggering him like that, and you could just kill him off. If you don't have a bow, can't do that, alright, well, let's go do it the regular way. Really, what you have to do is you just have to have a weapon that, A, you can swing within this area, or at least have a narrow swing. This thing actually works about right. Oh. He's casting the buff. Now he's casting magic missiles at us. But anyway, you want a weapon that you can cast in here. Ooh, that's not good. Do you see what I see? One of the Boulder Knights triggered. He's resetting. Okay, we don't want him coming up behind us. That would not be good. But now what we're going to do is we're going to move up here, and when we get to about this point, this will trigger the hollows. Now back off and let them come to us. The key is to not overly use your stamina. Keep your stamina reasonable, get a swing in, get away, because there's so many of them that if you use too much stamina, and one of them goes into the big, long, like their 8-10 attack animation, they can whittle you down, they can overwhelm you. So just keep slowly backing away, take a swing, oh, we took a little hit. Take a swing, until they're all gone. And I think he just jumped down? By jumps, I mean fell. Yeah. But that's all the hollows. Normally he does not fall down when we come up here. He's still a little dangerous himself. Without his minions though, he's not too bad. Let's go around, let's finish him off. And this is one of those guys where once we kill him once, he's gone. So we don't have to worry about him coming back. See, through my shield, that still did fairly good damage. His attack at us because my shield only, whoops, not unequip. Definitely don't unequip. My shield only does 20% magic reduction. In fact, in terms of magic reduction, this one's pretty bad. That one's better. Even that one's better, the wood one. He's gone now. Let's go ahead. We're going to kill these guys. So like I said, there's 3 Balder Knights here. So there you see the guy in the back right. That guy will just kind of patrol. If you get here, he'll come up to you. This guy looks to have another rapier, so we don't want to let him parry us. Whoop. Very sneaky little bugger. The rapier guys, they also can do a very quick succession of attacks, so you got to just be a little cautious on your way. Now this guy here, generally if we roll through that bench, he'll come. Come on. Come on. We don't actually have to kill these guys. They just give Titanite shards. And if we can get enough to... There you go. If we can get enough to do another level on our weapon, it will just make fighting the boss that much easier. So something I should talk about before we get up there. So far I've been playing this in offline mode. I do that very much early game. Also, I tend to do that in my videos because nothing's worse than you're in the middle of a train. Well, I don't want to say nothing's worse. Maybe some people enjoy it. For a Let's Play or something, it works perfectly well. But for a strategy guide, you're trying to teach someone and then an invasion happens. And then you're stuck for the next 10 minutes running around trying to fight the invasion, get back on track, you die, you're recovering your souls. It just makes the video editing a pain in the butt to do. So I have it turned off for now. Coming around on this boss though, this is where we want to consider perhaps turning it back on, because we have to do that if we want to summon in non-NPC allies to help us. But also, one of the covenants that everyone wants, the Sunbros covenant, so this is the Sunlight one, in order to get into it, basically you have to have either 25 faith, so our faith is right now 11, or for every time you assist someone in killing a boss, you can reduce that by 5. So we would basically need to do 3 summons in order to, well, we'd have to do 4, right? No, 3. 25, we need 15 in order to do it. There's one more Balder Knight up here in this little hallway I'm going to bring down. So I want to probably get summoned in 3 times up here in order to help someone else kill the gargoyles. We're going to do that after we do the gargoyles ourselves though. But that'll allow us to get to another covenant we couldn't otherwise get to unless we level up our faith to 25. So if you don't want to do any of the co-op, the assistance, you can do that. There is a point where once we get a balance, so like this early part where we are right now, there's a lot of troll invasions that go on. People that have very specifically kitted out characters that all they do is invade in this area. Once you get beyond this and you start moving down into like down into Blighttown or something, the invasions become a lot more manageable. It's generally people just actually playing the game. So this guy here.
Still human, are you? Then I am in luck. Could you help me? As you can see, I am stuck without recourse.
So this guy here is locked in this cell. In order to open the cell, this was the key that we picked up towards the end of last video, or actually the middle of last video. It was down in behind like a picnic table. It was the unknown key or something. What was it called? Let's find out. Keys. It is it the dungeon cell key? No. I think it's the mystery key. Yeah. Used mystery key. So that one was picked up the last video. It was in there's like a room where there's an ambush of a bunch of hollows, and then you climb up 2 ladders, and on the second ladder, I think, or the third one, there's like a picnic table, and it's down behind that table where you get that key. So now we got him.
Thank you. I am Knight Lautrec of Karim. I truly appreciate this, and I guarantee a reward.
Okay, good to know. go ahead and we're going to leave. Come on down there. There's nothing else we can do with him for now. Come in here. So did we get any tight? Now we do have 3 shards. We have enough souls in order to level that up. So let's go ahead and let's dump another level into our claymore here. Get that up to +4, +5 then. I think it's at +3 right now, so +4. And then whatever else we have, we'll probably put into endurance. So run out here. At that point, we'll then go back. We'll reset everything. Actually, we might not even reset everything. We haven't used any Estus. We're down a little bit of health. Depends on how much this all costs us. Hey, no, don't do that. We're not hollowed, so we can summon Sunbro in. Yeah, we might just push through. That way we don't have to respawn all that stuff and fight through it. It's a lot of... Actually, we'll respawn it just so you guys can see. Because odds are, if you're new to the game, you're going to die once or twice on the Bell Tower Gargoyles. So you might as well see the best way to go about it. Hi, Andre.
Well, you seem to need it.
Yes, we want to reinforce our weapon, our claymore, to +4. Yep. Nah, we'll save it.
Don't get yourself.
Okay, now we're going to go all the way back to the previous bonfire, to the Firelink Shrine bonfire. In fact, what we can do, because we didn't rest at this bonfire, we can just use Homeward Bone. Go ahead and take a drink while we're loading. Alright, and then we're going to consume all of our spare souls, and we'll level up what we can. I think that was all I had, was 3 types. Nope, there we go, 4th type. So let's see, we need 25 strength for the Zwei. We're still a fair bit away from that. I'd really like to get my HP up. I mean, the Claymore's usable for the next hour or 2. It's plenty strong enough for that, so I think... Yeah, I think we bring our health and endurance up, get a little more stamina. So... yeah, we'll do that. Leaves us with 2,800, or no, requires 2,800 for the next one. We're just under 1,000. Alright. Everything's reset. Do we want to put... oh! I know what we can do. Okay. Let's run down here and say hello to Mr. Golden Friend.
Ah, hello there. I have your reward.
A sunlight medal.
I am grateful to you for freeing me. Not enough for you.
Okay, this guy here... how do we explain it? We've got to go minor spoilers. If you didn't catch on from his voice acting and stuff, this guy's kind of evil. What'll happen is he'll stay here for about the next, depending on how long it takes you, but the next 25% of the game or so. At some point, though, you're going to come back and he's going to be gone. And our Firekeeper here is going to be dead. He kills her and leaves. There's an item then that you get, which later on he will invade us. And it's him plus 2 other NPCs that invade us. And if you fight him and kill him, you get a really good ring. The other option is you kill him right here, right now, to get that ring. The easiest way of doing this, because this guy is quite tough, especially at this level, is we kick him off the edge. So get him up there. Not what I wanted. Fall, you punk. Goodbye. Okay. Now that he's off the edge, we do a quick game. Continue game. And when we come back in, the ring is going to be sitting here. There we go. Ring of Favor and Protection. So now as we go through, that invasion event's not going to happen later on if we don't want it to, or it won't happen regardless now we've got rid of it, but our Firekeeper's not going to die, so she's always going to be there for us to use the Firelink Shrine. And that just, it makes it easier. The other thing though is this ring is really, really good. So it boosts both our stamina, HP, and our equip load, allowing us just to do a whole lot more. If we look here, you'll see our HP is going up to 765, our stamina is going up to 111 compared to 93, and our equip load's going from 51 to 61.2. So it just across the board boosts us. The problem is if you ever remove it, it's destroyed. So it's kind of you equip it once and you keep it on forever. If you're playing a character that's not using high equip load and you already have plenty of stamina and HP, you might not want to put it on. We're going to strength build. We're probably going to be having some heavier equipment on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to equip it, and we'll just deal with the fact that we can never take it off. And our HP is higher, and our stamina is also higher from that. Alright, time to kill some gargoyles. Do we have any better armor we want to put on? Nope. Trying to decide if these are better. So physical, there's going to be some fire damage coming at us. Slash thrust. Yeah, we're going to put those on. We're not going to put that on. Alright, here we go. Do we have a shield that's not... The dragon is the best. Darn it. Get the square button in the right menu. Here we go. That is my best fire resist shield. Yeah. So, there's that. Get our claymore back out and let's go do this. So when we get back up there, we're going to have to fight the one boulder at the top of the stairs. We're going to have to refight those hollows, but this time they're not nearly as dangerous. Well, they're still dangerous, but they're not being buffed because the sorcerer, the seeker, is now gone. So they're just, if they do hit you, they're going to take off less health than they would before. They don't frenzy quite as much. A little bit easier to get through. And then the boss is right there. Generally, I like coming at this boss fight from right there, from the Firelink Shrine, rather than coming at it from the blacksmith. They're both viable options, just the Firelink Shrine to me is a little more convenient than the blacksmith. We could also just run by these guys. In fact, this is probably the smarter way. Just run by them. We gotta kill this one dude here. Climb up the ladder. Now, since we're not hollowed, when we get to the top of this second ladder, we're going to be able to summon in some NPC support. But we can also use the ladder, basically, as these guys can only climb up one at a time, to kill them. They will follow us. So there we go. Solaire is going to join us. Ah! Hello, Solaire. Yay! Sunbro! Oh! There's a little bit of a immunity frame there right when they're getting off the ladder. Not when they're on it, but just as they're getting off of it. Where are you going, Solaire? Get back up here. Did he just kick that guy in the face? Yes, he did. Don't waste your thunderbolts, dummy. We want those. We probably could have gone through. I don't know if he'd follow us through when they're coming or not. I normally don't just... Solaire. Get up here, you idiot. There we go. Okay. There we go to fight the gargoyles. This fight is fairly straightforward. It's just you versus one and then a second gargoyle. You want to finish it off. Left gargoyle comes down first, then the right one comes down when the left one's at about half health. So you want to get that left gargoyle down very quick. One of the things, though, I'm going to be trying to do is the left gargoyle, if you can sever its tail, you can get a weapon. Since we're going for everything, we're going to try and sever its tail and get the weapon. There are some gargoyles later on where we can get this weapon if it doesn't drop this time. But I am going to be focusing on getting behind him to sever the tail. The second gargoyle comes tailless, so that's why we can't get it off the second one. The key to this fight is just staying mobile and really burning down that first gargoyle as fast as possible, or at least his second half of his health as fast as possible. They do have several interesting swipes, and they also have fire attacks. So he can breathe fire at us. Come on, sever the tail. Well, he's almost dead. Oh. Cut his tail, cut his tail. Damn. Alright, we didn't kill his tail. But he did die quite easily. This one tends to breathe more fire. Here comes a fire attack. So we just want to stay mobile, get around it, use this as a window to attack. Oh, a little slow. But as you can see, he's already dead. This victory was achieved thanks to the weapon. You know, we have a weapon that's doing, with our, I didn't look because we did level up a little bit, so we're now doing 187 base damage off this weapon. That's significant. If you come in here and you're doing 102, that fight's significantly harder because that last little burst of damage you need to kill off the first guy is just a little more difficult. Unfortunately, we didn't sever his tail. This thing doesn't have great sever attacks. I didn't take that into account. You want overhand attacks for severing stuff, not sweeps. But it's fine. We'll get that later. Okay. Come around. Let's go ahead and we'll climb up. And we are going to ring the first bell of awakening. I'm going to take a drink while we're doing this. And we're going to try not to fall off the ladder. I mean, fall off the tower. Also, after we do this, we will be able to abandon our first covenant. And then that way we can take other covenants later on if we want to. Because I don't want the... whatever that faith-based covenant was. It still surprises me how good it looks while also looking terrible at the same time. I'm also running this at 2560 by 1440, so it's even a little higher. Everything's a little more clean than it probably should be. Many times I've slid down this ladder and then back rolled off the edge. Just be careful. Take your time there. Get on. Down we go. Whee! And here is I think he's the Inquisitor? Partner. So this guy is sort of a pseudo PvP related boss, or not boss, character. So he does have a covenant. No, he doesn't have a covenant. We're going to learn his gesture. But what he allows us to do is abandon our current covenant. But we can also, from him, we can buy indictments. So this is, if you get invaded, you can use these indictments to kind of put like a bounty on the person that invaded you, which then people who buy the Book of the Guilty, it'll show up on their list, and then they can counter invade that person for like a bonus bounty on them. It's supposed to be a check system against griefers. Like if you're getting overly invaded by a griefer or whatever, you indict the person, and then someone with the Book of Guilty is supposed to go after them. Purging stones, curse buildup. Depending on how many souls you have, you might want to consider picking one of these up. Coming up in probably 2 or 3 episodes, we are going to be going into an area that you can get cursed in if you're not ready. He does have a sorcerer miracle talisman and some rings. Poison resistance ring. I forgot he had that. That could be helpful. So is the bloodright ring. This is just another sacrifice ring. Anyway, for now, we are not going to do anything with him. Hang on, we might abandon our covenant. There we go. So now we're no longer part of that faith-based covenant right there at the beginning. Which makes it easier. So, let's see here. What is left? That basically does it. This episode's going to be a little bit shorter, I believe. I didn't start my timer. But at this point now, we have a little bit of a decision to make. There's no The next primary objective to advance the storyline or so would be going down into Blighttown and taking on Quilag. That's a little bit above where we want to be in terms of level. It also means skipping a whole lot of content. So do we head to Blighttown? I think instead we do the woods first. Maybe we'll kill Havel, get his ring. That would be a nice boost. And a few other odds and ends just to level up our character. Maybe go in and get the Capper Demon would be a good thing. But for now, let's go ahead. We'll go back down to the Firelink Shrine. We will dump these souls into some more stamina and health, get them up to 15. I think what we do is we take our stamina and health, our stamina and health up to 15, and then we go through all the way to 25 with strength in order to get the Zweihander. Once we do that, in fact, maybe before we do the 25 strength, we might save up our 20,000 souls for that Crest of Astoria we saw that the blacksmith sells, as we definitely want to have that thing available to us too. Level up. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, so that works for now. We'll call it an episode there. It's a good stop point. From there, next episode's going to be kind of an odds and ends episode. We're not going to push too far in any one direction. We're going to kill a few things here or there, get some items that will help us move along throughout the game. Until next time, though, this has been Palar. Thanks for watching.